Hello, let's go. My name is Lagant, and I'm going to use a little bit more my YouTube channel and the long videos on Instagram. So I'm gonna upload the video explaining a bit of my vibing when I choose the tracks for make every very disco discovery podcast, because I think it makes sense to introduce you what is in my mind and why I choose one track or the other. Because when I have start this, I have really clear that I didn't want it to have all the time the last tracks that are in the moment in that like really pumping in that moment, not necessarily. Yes, of course I want as much fresh and as much good it is, it's okay, but I have no problems to recatch tracks from 2006 to 2008 or 2010 or whatever. So in this time I really got inspired by Pacha Ibiza. I don't know why in this moment. Also we are on winter, even we have some beautiful days during this November here in San Sebastian, but I came with Pacha Ibiza in my mind, and that inspired me to make this set I prepare for you, and that I really have really good impressions and real fun doing it, making it, because I didn't upload a very disco discovery set for a long time, maybe almost a year, well, not maybe like 8 months or something like this. So yeah, Pasha Ibiza look like these days. Maybe also it's because I took this thing for somewhere in my parents' home. That is from 2011, from when I was living there, I think, or as much 1 year before, when I went to Swedish House Mafia Masquerade Motel or Dark Forest party in Pacha Ibiza, that I have this from that. But I think these pieces, when I was invited several times in the reserved Pacha Ibiza place, and that's true that they changed the owner in the last period. But and I didn't went to the last Pacha Ibiza, so I don't know how is the vibe inside after the work they made. But the vibe before was wow, amazing. That's my favorite club in the world to these days. So yeah, I'm gonna tell you. Well, I choose as first track. I choose "Vibrating" by Redfield, a track that I had clear was for the real first moment of the session. I think it's have in mind that this one is a kind of an inspiration when you go inside of the club and you're imagining what kind of music, and you start listening that. So this track could be if you are in the real warm up, in the moments, those moments 1:32 a.m., something like this. So it's a track that really starts warming you up. So then I need one track real more explosive and really something that makes you sing or jump and also feel, because our rhythms of synths for another era. So the next track is "Don't You Want Me" by Felix. That I want after I listen "Vibrating" by Redfield, I say, oh, after this I should play this one that I really match one with the other. So at the end I say, yeah, I'm gonna do something, a kind of a bootleg or at least a mashup. And then in the moment I found that Anna wants to make a remix for this year, so I said, okay, that's perfect. But I didn't really like how she made a range of the track, so I just did a small edit. That also I have listened the other day, a Clapton set that he is also doing kind of the same thing. Because when the synth started famous well, and pam 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 pam, then the drop is quite soft. So, and then the second part, when you have the big break, that breakdown when it's going up, and then yes, she used the synths. I think that has not a lot of sense. So I did well, has not a lot of sense. No, this is not the way that I feel to remix that track. So at least I did kind of an edit of the remix by Anna once, because I think that has some special thing that makes a good remix anyway. So I use it. And then what I did, so yeah, next one is that I Remember by Chris Lake, one of the biggest music producers in the house music industry nowadays. He really knows the business. He really knows how to make stay house and house. One of the producers behind Fisher. So Loosen It, for example, is produced by him, or at least co-produced by him and Fisher. It really suits in that part. And after this, I came with a really housey vibe by Nicky Romero. He's more big room, or he has his own label and kind of house music, but he made some house tracks like Play and Stop, using the same sample Chris Lake uses in I Remember. So I matched them, and this is what you are gonna see there. And next, I went also with a more housey vibe again with Drombeski and Soul Sacrifice, really catchy, a really catchy, say like trumper, saxophone, brass section. I mean. So that makes us to continue with a really housey, also another track by Kabi. The name is After Disco. So they really disco touch in this set. You can listen it all in SoundCloud. So you're gonna have the link in the description of this video. Well, I'm realizing I'm recording it not horizontal, like I'm recording it like this, thinking more on Instagram than on YouTube maybe, I don't know, whatever. You have the link here below, and you can listen there and don't have any copyright problems here if I play you every track at the moment. So after this, Barbu Take is by Anna, Jack Black remix, the number 1 in the world according to DJ Mag. Top 100 is David Guetta, and the other alias by him is Jack Black. He really wanted to catch the vibe of Camel Fat, because he started playing house music back in the days, also hip hop, but he remembered that kind of house music years ago, and after listening Camel Fat and meeting Solardo, he starts with this project of Jack Black. So he remixes the track, the Brazilian track from 2005 for this year, or the end of the last year. It's really vibey. This one is actually just that, I think is one of the kind of vibes when you go inside of Pacha and it's full of people. The vibe is going up and down, up and up, all hours, miles. It's amazing. You need to discover and go there. So this is a track that also drives you a little bit, like if you jump on a train that it's going, like do you run? It drives you really, like Barbotakers by Anna, remixes by Jack Black, one of my favorite tracks in this moment to play, and easy, and most of the people know it because there are like several remixes. Also Baker Matt, he made by itself a different one with a lot of saxophone and things, but I like more Jack Black remix, yeah. So Hidden Empire, I use it on the breakdown of this track to have another kind of more underground, dark impressions of this really happy mix that also makes sense for my opinion. So then Isa and Diaz, Wife, or that will be IP, work in progress probably. For musical freedom, they made this track in the beginning of the year, and I like it, the sound, that kind of voice they made, that it's converted on sound. Really good track, really clean, really fresh for this moment of house music we are living. So I love it. I use it, let me think about it, by VIII, one of my favorite tracks from him. Sun Sixer make a remix for this year, and I use it just a beat there in the breakdown going up in the track by Ice and DS. So then I use Apexate Passion. Yeah, I love it when I have listened on a set that Benny Benassi made on a boat in Venice in these weeks. I love it. And I add the a cappella of Doja Cat, sorry. So I think it suits really good both tracks. It's a Say So by Doja Cat. So after this, I think I was already going to that vibe of I have in mind. It's all the time Pacha Ibiza, or that kind of feeling what I have in my mind. So after these synths, organ, pianos, I like it a lot. That kind of nostalgic, even it's a new track, sounds really nostalgic. The next two tracks, the Casey Lights, Girl, I love it. It has a really good drum section, amazing. Yeah, simple but really catchy vocals too. With this one, I tried to go to Diplo, Paul Watford, Karen Lennox, which is the name of the track. So, looking for man. Sorry. So this one is the Diplo and Paul Watford, Karen Lennox track. It's a perfect one for close as session, I think. For when the moment I hear the track, I say like, this is for close it. Imagine it's already almost daytime. You are going out of the party after a really good party and just really vibing with good people, with music, and then you are full of energy because you are in Ibiza or you live in Ibiza, and you decide to work a bit from Talamanca Beach and then go home and sleep, and then the next day, end of the day. So I hope you will enjoy my session, my set on SoundCloud. Thank you. Bye.